Hey everyone, welcome to episode 8 of Mobtown Rarities up here in the Whale Lounge here at Max's Tap House. I'm Scooter. Today we're joined by Greg from Manor Hill Brewing. Welcome, sir. How are you?
Thank you. Good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here, brother. So this is basically what we do every other 2 weeks. We pick 6 different beers. You can follow us at home on your placemats, or you can grab a frosty drink out of the refrigerator or a nice malted beverage from your standing bar. First one we're going to try is the Mckellar. That is a collaboration with Jolly Pumpkin. Cheers, sir.
And cheers.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Wake up. That's really good.
Yeah, that hits you in the face.
That's got a lot of. I had to essentially Google what a sea buckthorn was.
I have no. What is buckthorn?
It's
I have no idea.
basically like it's a fruit that they use, like a berry they use like back in the day for like those like heal-all tonics.
Okay.
So you can get them off of Amazon. Like you can take like gel caps of like sea buckthorn.
Okay. Sure.
Essentially, but
Well, this is my kind of tonic. So.
right. I never thought I'd be talking about sea buckthorns, but so the first time that we actually kind of talked to each other about beer was up here at an actual event for one of our Belgian Fest one-offs.
Might have been this past one, right?
Yeah. Back in January, I believe. So, you've been with Manor Hill for 5 years now.
5 years, and today is actually my 5-year anniversary.
I saw
with
that.
them.
I saw that.
It worked out pretty well. Thank you very
sir.
much. Yeah.
What's your origin to the craft beer world? What was your draw to it, and your I guess an introduction, so to speak?
Goes way back. Started brewing with my dad at 16.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I think kind of the illegality of me drinking the beer really excited me to it, and drinking something that you had a hand in creating kind of just sent me down the craft beer path. So yeah,
that's pretty wild. And then to go out and kind of preach to the masses about what Manor Hill is doing, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So as a sales manager, so to speak, how is your relationship? Let's talk about your relationship with guests now that a global pandemic has hit. Between the brewery, the distributor, and the consumer, we were just talking about curbside service.
Yeah.
There's a big piece missing, and that's the interaction with people going to the breweries and experiencing that.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely changed a little bit. Initially we took a break. Everything was closed down for several months, and then curbside opened back up, and then you were just dealing with people 6 feet away, talking to them through their car window as you're putting beer in their trunk.
Yeah.
And then the tap room opened up, and then, luckily, because we're on a 54-acre farm, we can spread tables out all over the place.
Sure.
And have things very, socially distanced. So far it's been great at the tap room. Like, people have been really abiding by, the procedures and wearing masks and everything. So we haven't had too many issues. And, as long as everybody's wearing your masks, and we're this far away, there's pretty standard interactions going on.
Pretty standard interactions.
Yeah.
I mean, as my wife was telling me, she's like, well, people in other places of the world have been wearing masks long before a pandemic, and it's just part of their everyday daily uniform.
Right. Most of the time, I forget I'm wearing it. So.
Yeah. Oftentimes, and it's kind of reflex once you get off your seat.
Although we got glasses though, so constantly.
Well, let's talk about the operations in Manor Hill. And I was doing just a little bit of reading on how the setup is there. It's a vast. I've only been there a couple times, but there's a lot going on there.
There is, yeah. So I think it's one of the oldest working farms in Howard County. Is its claim to fame. 54 acres, like I said. 13 acres of corn. As you're coming in, corn's on your right, pastures on your left. That's where we have our grass-fed cattle that we also give spent grain to. 2 acres of hop fields, tons of grass rolling, almost like a rolling pasture for you to hang out and park and drink some beers. Tap room inside, 14 beers on draft. It's
that's
pretty nice setup. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. So essentially it gets down to the grassroots of local farm made brewing.
Absolutely.
So you're brewing you're growing your own hops. You're growing your own essentially malt too, or
corn's
corn.
the only grain that we're using that's going into the beer. But yeah, whenever we can locally source it,
Sure,
we try to go that avenue. So
on a typical pre-pandemic weekend, what are the vibes there? Just a lot of families roaming around,
yeah, I mean, honestly, this is probably the best our tap room has ever been. Before, with our license and the zoning, we could only have 50 people at a time, and it was via reservation system, so it was 2-hour window block, and that was it. And that was one of the biggest complaints people had. They're like, we would have to turn people away because we'd be at capacity. But since right at the beginning of the pandemic, we changed something with our licensing. So now we can operate a farm stand on site, and via the farm stand, we can have basically unlimited people, or not have a reservation at least. So people can roll up at will as long as there's space to sprawl out.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so it's been and we previously were only open Friday, Saturday, expanded to Sundays now, and it's been crushing, at least during the nice weather. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great setup. I always like to check in with different brewer friends of mine to see different breweries. It's not just a catch-all. They're reacting differently. They're kind of redefining, stepping back, and just kind of moving and kind of.
It's been like a slow step, each step of the way. Just seeing how much people we can have without it getting reckless and.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, some friends of mine are like, all right, well, I think we have to learn how to make food now. And
right, yeah.
Essentially just kind of figure out that piece and see what's going on there. But, it's good that you guys are recovering pretty well about that. I've moved on to a couple different ones. I always like to start with the very first one up on the top, and I tell everybody that, but I'm kind of moving around. I tasted this Brooklyn, and it's super pleasant, actually. So it's got a lot of character from the lacto.
So Ghost Bottle, what's that?
Ghost bottles are essentially what I've learned are one-offs and test bottles that essentially don't exist, for lack of a better definition. So
Ghost Bottle.
Yeah, so spooky.
I like this. This is definitely like a sessionable.
Sessionable
sour.
And it I think it gained a little bit. I think a regular Bel Air off tap is around 5.5% or so. And then so this gained a little bit of headway from the barrel aging and the lacto.
Doesn't taste like 7%.
No, not at all. Super bright though. Well, we have an evolving culture of Zoom meetings and different video chats and things. People sitting outside on their front steps on their phone, not talking on their phones, but talking at their phones to the person that they see on the other screen. I want to touch into, some of the things that we're doing now. Basically, how we have Zoom chats, we have virtual beer festivals. We have different ways that we have evolved and enjoyed each other's company without them being in the same room. Anything that you've kind of taken part with?
I haven't done so much with that other than with family, industry friends, and that kind of thing. But our DC rep is really good about. She's done several events with live, Zoom tastings with liquor stores, and they pick a selection kind of similar to this, and live stream it out there. So she's really embraced that side of it. And we've done a couple things at the tap room like that as well. So
I know that. So a friend of mine from on the West Coast, shout out to Chris if you're watching. We basically picked 8 different beers, 4 on each side, and we bought 2 of each, mailed the other 4 to each other. Yeah. And we kind of did our mini festival. We mailed each other a hat or a T-shirt or something like that. We were actually at, like a hop fest or something like that. So, I really enjoy this whole culture of like, it's a little awkward, but it's just people talking to each other on the.
Yeah, I feel like people are getting a little more used to it now at this point.
Yeah.
I think people learned, like in the beginning, you can't have too many people on the same.
Right.
It's just an absolute cluster. But it's been getting normalized a little bit.
Well, let's talk about some of the things that Manor Hill might have coming up in the pipeline as far as
Sure.
maybe it's virtual, maybe it's something that might be a little bit more in person. This Wednesday is Veterans Day.
It is, yeah, and we got a special beer coming out. I can break it out.
Let's do it.
If
Yeah,
we want to do that.
absolutely.
So the background on that beer, it's called I Got Your Six. We did it last year for the first time, and for those who don't know, I Got Your Six is like a military term, like I got your back, you're 6 o'clock. One of our lead brewers, Brandon Millhouse, served in the Marines. So this is a beer, this is his pet project basically, but the whole point of this beer is to raise awareness for veteran soldier suicide, which is just an absolute growing problem year by year. So it raises awareness for that, and part of the proceeds go to help prevent soldier suicide. So
That's awesome. That's awesome.
yeah, it's made with red wheat, white rice, blue corn, and it's a veterans hop blend. So
Who are some of the participating breweries? And you don't have to name them all.
So
just a handful.
Key participated. I know he's got a couple buddies in the industry that he invited us. Basically, it was a free, open environment for anybody who served. You don't even have to be a brewer necessarily or in the industry, but I think we had about 10 or so guys come over and help, hang out, have a hand in the process. And,
Very cool.
Yeah, and then this Wednesday, it's kind of the same deal. Anybody, who wants to come out.
Very cool.
Support, so.
Very cool. If I opened up your refrigerator, I always like to ask, what's your go-to, like, my guilty pleasure if I'm not, like, banging down 8% IPAs. I'm a Miller Lite can kind of guy, but.
Oh, man. Well, working for a brewery, there's definitely, like, no shortage of beer to be had.
Right.
And people,
low pours and.
So typically there's a lot of, like, our first Friday releases in the fridge. And then whatever people happen to leave at my house. So I got everything.
I definitely have
I got High Life. I got a lot of High Life in my fridge. Everything up to what's the big import company? Be United.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got I got some Be United beers in there.
Right.
Some stuff I've never even seen before. But I don't know. I typically like drinking our Manor Hill Pilsner probably more than anything.
That's probably one of my go-to.
Clean, crisp, lawn mowing beer. That's kind of how I refer to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. What are you a sports guy or?
A little bit. I like I watch.
Yeah.
I paid a little bit of attention.
Right. Right.
I'm from Buffalo. Well, I went to school in Buffalo, so the Bills are crushing it this year.
Yeah.
So that's good. But I'm more of a Ravens fan at this point. I've lived in Baltimore now for 8-9 years, so I'm pretty well ingrained at this point.
Yeah. Let's I think I'm gonna
crack that open.
Crack this guy. You can join me if you like. Cheers, sir.
Yeah, cheers.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that goes down easy.
Nice palate cleanser, super easy to drink.
I got your 6, and you can drink 6 of them.
I got your 6 beers.
I got your 6-pack right here.
Right. The vibe of visiting accounts now has definitely changed.
Mm-hmm.
Different protocols. That obviously goes without saying. But what is the? Are there a lot of nervous people that you're talking to? A lot of people that don't know what's to happen next, or safe to say it's not so much on premise,
right,
as it used to be. It's going to be a lot of off premise.
Yeah, I mean, well, business has definitely shifted majority to off premise. Like DC, we did a ton of draft on prem, and then that's all shut down. But the off prem is cranking, liquor stores are cranking, but I mean, just there's always like this overall nervousness with every account. It feels like,
Yeah.
But liquor stores didn't get shut down on the first go around. So if they're going to do it again, I don't
deemed a necessary business
essential. Yeah,
essential business.
We're all essential.
Like, the first time I saw that, I was like, that makes absolute sense. People are going to go fucking crazy if they don't.
That first week when they announced the order, I mean, liquor stores, it was like Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, all rolled into one. It was insane.
And we already had so much on hand here at Max's because it was the Sunday before St. Patrick's Day and the national championship. So we had, shit, like just a ton of Guinness and
that's right, yeah.
Jameson.
We brewed an Irish stout and we named it Chuck O'Reilly, which is my nickname, and it had like my face on for like a label, like digital label, I guess, not draft label, but
that's awesome.
But came right before this all hit, and then we're like, crap, now we got to sit on these kegs,
right?
But it's all good.
No, I hear that, man.
People got some good discount beer.
I definitely moved on to the Mason Ale Works Beer Zombies. I was really excited about getting this one. So these guys are brand new to the Maryland scene, picked up by Other Side Beverage.
Where are they out of?
So Mason's out of California.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Beer Zombies is a brand that I have a lot of respect for, and as a kind of side project of a brand that I'm trying to do with Humble Beer Society. It's this guy's got it together. Like his marketing, his draw of people, the hip hop and pop references that throughout. It's pretty awesome. So I was really excited to see those guys, make it over to the East Coast. So this is just a really solid.
I like this a lot.
Single hop.
Oh, Mosaic. I love it. We're coming out with Mosaic Splendor next week. So.
Okay, yeah.
So we did all Citra hops. Now we're doing all Mosaic, same base, everything.
Same recipe, just changing the hop essentially. Yeah.
I tried it today. Actually, it's drinking very good.
Very cool.
I'm a big fan of this one we're drinking right now.
And that's a challenge to Chris from Beer Zombies and all the guys at Mason Ale Works. Anytime you guys want to be on the show and join us, we'll probably have a little bit of fun drinking a couple liquids. So
this is hard work.
This is super hard research and work.
I don't know what to grab.
No, I know.
I'm like water, beer, whiskey.
Wow, a lot of Well, you brought this, and it's got a nice whale tail on it. Let's talk about this, because I had no idea that Manor Hill had their hands in any kind of distilling of liquids. And
this
was awesome. By the way, we tried it off camera. It's.
We started off with this.
Yeah, we did. We're just like, water, whiskey. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. I thought this was beyond fitting. So about a year ago, Clonakilty had reached out to. They were putting feelers out. They're an Irish distillery, one of the newer ones out there. And they were putting feelers out to local breweries along the East Coast to partner up with to age a spirit in there that we had aged a beer in. So we got in conversations with them, and then we took first use Jack Daniel's barrels and aged Sleeves, which is a Baltic Porter, for about 4 months in those barrels, 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
Dumped them, and then we had the beer that we sold at the tap room, and then we sent them the barrels over the ocean, and then they aged that in there for about another 8 months.
Wow.
And shipped it back. And just a cool thing they're doing, like all up and down the East Coast, they're just pairing with local breweries, and it's a smart way for them to get kind of seated in the local market. Get their stuff out there, but their entire lineup's fantastic. So they've been great partners, really fun people to work with, and I think the product's delicious. It literally just came out like 2 weeks ago. Just
a great little sipper in between all these different wild, crazy beers.
Yeah, right.
So we're drinking like nine. This is like going to a diner when you're like super hungover the next day. You're like, you have your water, your orange juice, your coffee.
All of them. You just keep going back and forth to all of them. Yep.
Corned beef hash. So today, to the day that you mentioned before, 5 years to the day you started at Manor Hill Brewing. what are some crazy things you've seen? I know it's an open-ended question, and I'm sure we'll edit it with the
Sure.
time
Yeah.
in between for thinking. But
crazy things I've seen, just in general in the market.
Oh man, just like beer stories and anything you want to share with us.
Oh man, you're definitely gonna have to. I'm trying to think of something. You should have given me that one in advance.
Right? Yeah, I guess I should. Well, we answered all the questions so quickly. I was
we can general chat. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, everything from just crazy buyers, just the different personalities is crazy in this industry.
Yeah, and it comes with comes with the territory. I feel like
you have people that you absolutely love, and there's people that you're just like, I can't stand that buyer. It's like it's like you have some of the top tier accounts, and they're like so easygoing, and they don't ask anything of you, and then you have like these some of these C-level accounts, and they just are so demanding.
Yeah,
you're like, okay, sure, I'll run that case out to you, or this one thing you specifically asked me.
There's 24 cans that you absolutely can't live without till tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and then you find out like 2 weeks ago, like, oh, we didn't even put it on the shelf. Or
right.
All right.
Right.
I'm sure I'll come up with something.
No. Completely organic question, but well, let's talk about. I think we're friends on Facebook, and I saw you. I went outside the other day, like a neighbor of mine, a younger neighbor. She was like coloring the sidewalk with chalk.
Yeah.
And it took her like all day to do it. It took her like 3 hours to do it. She was just like had her headphones on, she's just doing it. Blah blah blah. You make homemade spoons.
I do. I like my woodworking.
Yeah, you woodworking. Yeah. I was like, man, it looks really cool.
I'm probably most known for Manor Hill. You having used to work for Saranac back in the day.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then like making wood spoons and making a canoe. That's probably the top.
You made like an actual functioning canoe.
Oh yeah. Oh, you didn't. You picked spoons, not canoe.
For some reason, I was like, well, that is a shiny spoon.
The spoon's way more impressive, folks.
It's a lot more portable, so I can take that with me. But
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, took a year to build a cedar strip canoe, and during COVID, I made a skin-on frame kayak. So it's like I can send you pictures. You can throw pictures up on this as well.
Oh man!
But yeah, so those were like my two biggest projects, and then I love making these like wooden, handcrafted spoons for my friends.
Yeah.
I don't charge them anything. I just give them away.
Just like
I have a very long list of people like requesting them, and I take forever to get to them.
You could use those in like family arguments, like whoever has a spoon may have.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you may talk.
You may talk it out at the thing. Also saw that obviously you enjoy the finer things in life. We have whiskey here. We have beer here. Wanted to bestow upon you a 5th anniversary cigar to you, sir.
Thank you, man.
Hopefully, after all this, we can sit down and.
I love cigars. Thank you very much. Yeah, I actually just did an event at the QG.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They had a beer and cigar pairing event, and it was me and Earl from Key.
Oh yeah.
He wore his lederhosen, and we just wore
his lederhosen.
Yeah, it was like an Oktoberfest event. Right. They had their Lord Baltimore, and it was our Pilsner, and it was like the best event I've ever done because it was like a 2-minute spiel about the beer. And we got to just smoke cigars while we're there.
Yeah.
Drink beers. So I drank beer for free. I smoked 2 cigars for free. And there was a cigar rep there. He gave me like 8 free cigars at the end of the night.
That's insane. That's awesome.
Can we book this every month? Like that?
Yeah. That's basically what I've been doing just about every Tuesday or so on the front step. Nice. That's like the scooter hub of the beer world. But take like a dark beer and then like maybe a Rocky Patel and maybe a little sip of Whistle Pig or
something stronger.
And just kind of
they go together nicely.
Watch the world go by. Yeah. But well, congratulations on 5 years, man.
Thank you very much.
This is an ever-changing beer world, and you're one of the good ones, man.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Anytime,
we are going to enjoy all these other beers. We have a Tre Fontaine that is spectacular. One of my favorite Geuzes. The Armand Gaston. A sweet end to the night. We're going to have the Sierra Nevada Bigfoot 2015. Just a nice whiskey barrel aged, hoppy barley wine that's just a great sipper. Makes your ears a little warm. And then for dessert, we have our Springhouse Brewing Big Gruesome Chocolate Peanut Butter Stout. Just a solid, just liquid peanut butter cookie, like a Girl Scout cookie.
In
It's really,
beer form.
Yeah, in beer form. Love it. We're going to finish all these great beers off camera. Maybe light up this cigar, sip a little more of this bottle right here. If you are run out or you'd like to re-up on any of these beers, they're all available here at Max's. You can visit shop.max's.com. Please buy the bundle. You get a discount. And then please support Manor Hill Brewing. Come see us on Wednesday for the veterans. I got your 6 lager. Sorry.
American lager.
The American lager.
Yeah, 4 to 8 at the brewery.
4 to 8. They're going to be doing the release of that lager. Support Humble Beer Society. Come see us outside of Max's while we have a couple more weeks of great weather out here. We'll see you inside or outside here. And as always, please drink dope beer and say thank you.